Oof.
Well, John.
Yeah. That's Art's.
Art performed that for us.
Yeah.
I figured out how to tape it off. Art, I apologize. We had to chop some off, man, because I didn't realize you sent me like a 10-minute jam there, which is great, but yeah, we're gonna have to cut it a little bit short.
I dig it. I think maybe we use that.
Yeah.
He's a big fan. He listens.
Yeah.
He actually
I think
is
it's
into
like
it.
him and like maybe Kev. Like they're our fans.
No,
you know?
I mean I think there's more than that, but
yeah,
there's definitely more than just Kevin and Artie.
There's like 3 others maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
But either way,
Dude,
I like that. I think it has more energy than our intro. I think we should use that.
Well, it's funny because like I get in these moods because I'm like, damn, this fucking thing ain't growing, and I get all depressed about it, and I'm like, I think we got a good thing.
I don't
here.
get depressed about it.
I do, because I think we're good at what we do, and in a modest way. Like, I'm not saying we're the shit and we're fucking setting.
It doesn't blow.
I definitely think that like quality wise we're good. I think we have good content. I talk over you constantly, and that's my one. A friend of mine told me recently, they were like, dude, you fucking interrupt people constantly.
Well, that's a conversation though.
Yeah, but I definitely have a bad habit of interluding because I think...
You feel like you're going to forget whatever you're thinking?
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm like a little kid with ADHD, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, Art listens to the show. Art sent me these tracks, and this one in particular, because we're a pair of 90s grunge kids, I thought this was appropriate.
Yeah, it definitely sounds very like 90s.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like, other than that kind of like that ambient kind of like ominous...
I like that.
I like it too. That's like it's more like
kind of
metal.
9 Inch Nails ish.
Yeah, it's like a little bit more like a harder thing. But the little bar chordy sounding like Nirvana kind of chord progression in the other part is very, very nostalgic.
Needs some like deep meaning, like
it doesn't need anything.
It needs some
for an intro?
lyrics over it.
No,
that
I'm
are
saying
just
for
like,
an intro for our show, it's fine. Yeah. Like it could be really good theme music for us.
Yeah.
It kind of encapsulates our generation.
It does. I think it definitely does. I think kids nowadays can't appreciate a sound like that. They want to hear auto-tuned or some bullshit lyrics over top of it about, my life is so hard living in an upper middle class family.
My daughter listens to a lot of shit, and it's like the musicianship is really good, but I can't stand hearing the like subject matter of the songs.
They don't talk. There's nothing. Listen.
Well, she listens to like bands like My Chemical Romance and fucking Black Veil Brides and like all this like emo-y kind of like.
Well, that's like pop. That's like modern
punky pop. Like, but some of this stuff kind of like shreds, like thrash metal kind of sound and shit. But the lyrics and stuff are kind of like, oh god, I would drown this kid in a toilet. You know,
a shitwater toilet. Like,
yeah. It's just so like sappy and like
Well,
but you know what? I'm glad that she listens to like actual music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she could be listening to all the mumble rap and all that other crap,
which is just as bad.
Which I'm sure my parents listened to the shit I was listening to. It was like, oh my god.
Well,
they probably had the same reaction I did.
I think life goes through these revolutions, and you're going to have these transitional periods, which is what I think it is. I think it's a transitional period in creativity where, like, that generation was hanging on to the angst and the depression of, our generation, but they didn't really have much to complain about because their parents were taking good care of them. So it's like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm tired of hearing how depressed you are when you're...
That's what I don't understand. Is like we had that real angsty kind of like 90s music.
Yeah.
But like the 80s were fucking... If you were a kid in the 80s...
Yeah.
You had a great childhood.
Yeah.
Like there's really not a whole lot to go... Everybody had money in the 80s.
But that's the way it'll bounce. It'll come back.
Oh yeah, it has to.
It'll come back.
But I think that was probably the problem is like the 80s were so like bright and whatever the fuck. So like even like our metal was like... You had a lot of that glammy shit and stuff like that. Not that was metal. I mean, there was still that element of like real fucking thrash.
Sure, but that's what took the spotlight.
That's what took the spotlight was like the glammy shit, and I think people got tired of that and were like, no, we don't. And then that's how Nirvana became what it became because
Sure.
it was just like something
Well,
completely
it was.
different.
I think there's always going to be a rebellious element that it's going to take the spotlight and steal it. So right now you have all this. I think what happens is it creates a void, and then somebody has to come in there and fill the void.
Yeah.
Which is what all of a sudden everybody goes, "Oh man, I've been waiting for this."
Right.
You know. Anyway, John, good morning.
Yep.
How was your coffee?
It was good.
Listen, now we're going to hear.
And I liked that when I walked in, it was already made. I want that
this fucking guy
every week.
Jesus
You
Christ.
understand me?
Just like every Italian I've ever met, always trying to demand shit from me, you know? So a friend of mine, a very important friend of mine, you know, he's well-to-do. We're talking, and he's trying to, like, convince me to come work for him and do side work, and he's a little pushy, but I love him to death, you know? So my son runs up, and my son's talking to me at the same exact fucking time. And I said, Lou, hold on a second, you know? And he's like, what's going on over there? Rah, rah, rah. And he's like giving me shit at the same time that my son's trying to pull me to go fucking do something. I said, it's just my son. He's just as pushy as you are. And he's like, hold on now. Anyway, listen. So we're going to try something new. We're going to roll our intro now.
Okay.
And then we're going to dive into the meat and potatoes of whatever discussion.
This was our attempt at a cold open.
This is a cold open.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's play that.
Weird fucking guys. You're doing a manly thing and you're a fucking dork.
I've got my lightsaber wearing my Pokemon hat today. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Wow, you're a real Renaissance man, you know that?
Goddamn man-child.
What a fucking dork. Yeah. But he's our dork.
This is not for children.
And we're back.
All right. So is that the last time we'll hear that?
No. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the boss. I mean, we mutually agree on shit here,
Yeah,
dude.
we'll figure it out.
This is
we gotta have the not for children.
Is that you? Wait, hold on.
To the...
Wait, maybe that's what happened here. You're the boss, and you're telling me, "Hey, asshole, fix that."
Yeah. Nah, dude. We haven't done this in a while. It feels like it's been at least like 3 weeks.
Well, we definitely both have like life going on, but also, you know, like I feel like subject matter wise, other than interviewing guests, it's like, dude, we've beaten the fucking death out of this.
I don't think so.
Like,
I think
what are we going to talk about?
We could sit here and
food?
talk. We could talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Just a little, you know, like we could sit here and talk about movies for the next hour if you want.
No, man,
to.
let's talk about politics because that's what everybody wants to talk about right now.
That's the thing. That's the thing I'm always trying
that's
to
gonna
avoid.
Fuck it. Let's talk about it. You. All right, so you're gonna let's just say this right off the bat. If you vote for Trump, fucking great, cheat better than the other side. And let's be honest, you're gonna cheat too. I don't want to fucking hear it. And then Biden, if you're, you know, like if you're a Biden supporter or just hate Trump really like a lot, then just, I don't know, cheat too, I guess. And you know, like you guys can fight it out and have a fucking civil war, no matter what the result is, because I mean, ultimately, it seems to me like that's what you want to fucking do.
I think really,
you
like
know,
what people don't realize is like you got 2 shitbird candidates,
dude. 2 fucking geriatric.
Yeah, they're
like
both
you have
way too
Trump
fucking
that's
old.
like the little old man sitting in the nursing home that just runs his mouth and talks shit and says like mildly offensive. I'm not going to say he's a racist, but I think that the problem here...
He's just not very professional.
Dude, he's just a cunt. He just wants to... Dude, he's like a mechanic. He just wants to just talk shit and be like, man, well, you fucking black guys always going to be doing it like this? Or rah, rah. And it's like, it's not entirely racist. It's just shit talking.
It's just like,
but the
low
lefties,
key ignorant. Like, like, don't get so offended. Like, you know, like, you know.
But that's the issue. Is like on the left, they're just like, oh my god, I can't
like
believe he made fun of lesbians. You know, and
they're
you're
like the thought police,
dude. Oh my god, I'm tired of hearing about it.
Here's the thing that I can't stand.
Dude, nobody hates Trump more than a fucking lesbian. Dude, a white lesbian from a nice neighborhood with a good job. They fucking hate Trump. Black dudes in the hood that I know that are like fucking running and gunning and fucking like
They don't give a fuck about
dude, they're
Trump.
like, yo, this motherfucker's gonna fix the economy. And I'm like, what?
But dude, that's the thing is like that's what kind of like this trend of like remember when Trump was the president and everybody that hated George Bush were like, man, I kind of actually miss George Bush. And it's like, what? You fucking hated George W. Bush.
Yeah.
And now, you know, Trump was the president for so many years. Everybody, like, loves to rave about how good the economy was and all that stuff while he was there. And now that Biden's in, Biden's done, like, a bang-up fucking shitbird job of, like, everything, like, from the gate.
Yeah.
And it was like everybody just wanted to not have Trump around, so they, you know, so there's Biden. And then
even though he's like falling asleep and he's occasionally like drifting off,
it's
and like
undeniable.
he's like, one time my kids we used to get a Christmas tree.
He like he's trailing off like a crazy old guy.
It's like you're like, whoa, what the fuck? That guy just got lost in the. Hold on, you're doing a state of address right now, bud. Let's stay on topic. Well, Israel, remember?
What's weird is like he did that State of the Union address and he was like pretty coherent for the most part, and like animated and shit. Everybody I talked to was like, I guess the Adderall kicked in or whatever, like, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is just so bizarre, the whole situation. And then, like, but I hated at the end of the State of the Union address, they had the Republican response to it, and it was some woman from Alabama. And listen, I'm not, like, that versed in politics. I try not to fucking, like, get too deep into it. Because,
yeah, well, I think you both you and I, at this point, are just so exhausted with it. Dude.
But this woman, it was, like, totally, like... It
Her
was so it was like Biden bashing, but it was like done in this melodramatic, kind of scripted, way. It was like, am I watching like a soap opera? Like, what is this? This isn't like
we're fucking doomed, man.
It wasn't
we're
honest
fucking
commentary.
Doomed. Do you know why we're doomed? Because at this moment, it's not about the best candidate; it's about better than the other candidate.
Because they both suck.
Or who do I hate the least?
And this shit with the immigration and stuff and the borders and like that's some fucking serious shit, man.
Dude.
Like this is some crazy, crazy shit.
It's so fucking nuts to me that like nobody can see the obvious common sense behind anything anymore. It is literally just fuck you, I hate you and your candidate, so I'm going to do whatever it takes. Anybody. I don't get it. I don't give a fuck if Bin Laden or fucking Hitler joined our party, I would vote for him. I don't fucking care.
Just so that your party doesn't win.
I think it's comical to me that with Israel and Hassam, dude.
Hamas,
I'm sorry. Whatever. I'm an ignorant asshole. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's hilarious to me that far lefties are like borderline anti-Semitic at this point, and nobody on the left side is looking over at their pal like, dude, hold on now, like, you're saying some like kind of crazy shit right now.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not defending Israel either, because I don't like, dude. In my opinion, I don't live in the fucking Middle East, and I'm not involved anymore, and I'm tired of being involved. I was a soldier. It was my fucking job to go over there and fix everybody else's shit.
When I saw that soldier, I don't want to fuck it up because I don't want to. Aaron Bushnell.
Dude, fuck it up because I just fucked up.
No, I don't want to because I don't want to be disrespectful. The guy this guy was a U.S. soldier. I think he's in the Air Force or something.
Oh, okay.
And he lit himself.
That's not a soldier though. That's an airman.
Whatever.
Airmen are like seamen.
He's a serviceman.
For all my veterans out there, they're laughing.
He lit himself on fire in protest.
What? This is recently?
Yes, against Israel, and that's when I kind of like took notice to it, and I was like, is Israel really committing genocide here? Like he's like, I don't want to be complicit in genocide, and fucking this was his protest, and he basically said like in his statement, people always say like, what would I have done during slavery? What would I have done during this, that? And goes, well, you're doing it right now. Yeah. You're just being complicit in it.
Yeah.
And he fucking lit himself on fire and died,
Wow.
And he kept saying free Palestine, free Palestine. And I think like to a certain extent, it's like, look, I'm not going to sit here and say that I sympathize with, somebody who's a known terrorist or anything, but I don't think the people of Palestine are all known terrorists.
No.
Like, if children are dying, like, on a humanitarian level, I'm not talking, like, this is your country, you deal with it kind of thing. I'm talking just like on a human level. I don't want to see that.
But that's the issue with.
I mean, it sets a dangerous precedent for what we could deem to be normal in the world.
Yeah, but the issue here, in my opinion, is foreign intervention and how bad we've gotten with policing the world.
Yeah, and how shitty we've gotten with policing ourselves.
Dude, it is so fucking amazing to me that like other smaller countries instantly just go, "Oh, United States will fix this." And it's like, dude, we can't do this forever.
Yeah.
We can't sustain like this. So, I think Israel does fucked up shit, but I also think that they are surrounded by communities and countries that don't want them there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when the agreement to give Israelites back their land, it created animosity, and it's been a fucking problem ever since. And it turned into this.
Yeah, it's been going on forever.
Not forever.
It's been
Not
going on
forever.
for a long time.
It's been going on for like fucking 100 years since World War II.
Right.
That's it. Everybody keeps saying forever because
Well,
Muslims and Jews didn't fight.
Yeah.
They didn't fight. Everybody says 4,000 fucking years or whatever.
Oh, no,
It's
I'm
like,
not saying that.
No, I know, but the general public wants to say that, oh, they've been fighting in that area forever. No, they haven't.
Yeah.
World War II ended, and the Jews didn't want to go back to Germany because, let's be honest, it's a
Right.
fucking ugly place for them, So they gave them this land in the Middle East, which I think was an agreement with the royalty of Saudi Arabia or something similar to that. I could be totally fucking this whole thing up, but it's to my understanding that a king of some kind made an agreement with at the Geneva Convention, like, yep, this is going to be their land. But the problem, and this is how this whole thing became a thing, is that there was already Muslims living in that area.
Yeah.
So they literally evicted them, said, get the fuck out. We live here now. They told us we can have this land, so get the fuck out. And so then the borders of the country constantly kept getting moved and shifted and
Yeah, and we're talking about a piece of land that's like so small.
Well,
that if you found it in your salad, you'd probably eat it.
So the reality is this is going to come down to drawing hard lines and saying this is Palestine and this is Israel. And that's it. We're done fucking arguing about this.
Yeah.
But that's what it's going to take. And it needs for them to work it out. And us to stop giving them shitloads of money and fucking guns and missiles and either side.
Right.
You need to come to an agreement. Sit at a fucking table and agree that this is the border. We're not going to fuck around no more. You know? But nobody wants to do that. Everybody's like, well, they need to get them all the fuck out of this country. It's like the same issue in this country, only less violent currently.
Yeah.
Trumpies really sincerely believe they're going to convert a bunch of crazy fucking liberals that, like, you're going to join Christianity and grow your fucking hair out and stop dyeing it purple and stop working in Starbucks as a barista, and you're going to fucking go become a conservative Christian gun-toting, I love country Jesus and fucking guns.
My thing is, like,
you think you're going to convert them, and they think they're going to convert you. They think they're going to take your mentality of being this traditional, we like farms and pickup trucks and fucking country music. You think you're going to get them away from that? They're not.
I don't think it's a matter of like wanting to change people's personalities.
Dude, they are. Listen,
I don't want to. Like,
you are a normal fucking human, but you're not normal.
I don't think it's normal when I'm behind a fucking truck and they have a bunch of bumper stickers all over it.
Well,
that it's like
both sides are poking the bear right now.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, why are you that interested in this that you have like...
Dude, let me tell you something. Yesterday, I had to literally tell my mother, I'm going to fucking block you if you send me one more political thing.
Yeah.
I love my mom. I love her sincerely. I would fucking murder people for my mom.
Yeah, that's like one of the hugest reasons I'm not even on Facebook.
But dude, she constantly sends me, she bombards me with this fucking bullshit. And I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I don't want to think about this. It doesn't even matter if I agree with you on certain things. I don't want to talk about it. I have fucking a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old to raise, and I don't need to be worrying about what fucking Trump's doing right now or what Biden did that was so fucking great. I don't fucking care.
I got like my own interest that I'm like trying to take care of.
Dude,
you know,
I
like
don't
not like
fucking
my own
care.
personal. I'm talking about like I have to work.
Yeah.
I have to like get out there and fucking hustle.
And then even then, for shits and giggles, sometimes out of spite, I'm just like, well, listen, if your guy's so fucking great, how come my savings account is gone?
Yeah.
So,
And Biden blows, dude.
Dude, well, so listen, it's
not all just Biden.
It's a perfect storm though, because Biden didn't cause COVID-19, and
No.
I know the conspiracy nuts out there are going to be like, well, technically the Clintons and the Obamas and rah, 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 and they had friends and they had Fauci and they had all this shit going on and they supported the pharmaceutical companies. Dude, I don't fucking care. I don't care. Wealthy people are trying to get wealthy and take power from other people. I'm a poor person, relatively. I used to be not so poor when they didn't inflate the dollar, 26% or something like that? Like some fucking ridiculous number? But that's a whole... So anyway, this is our political rant where I just tell you that, dude, I don't give a fuck.
And I'm not the best person to talk politics because I don't know shit.
If this gets bad enough, I'm moving to Portugal. I don't give a fuck, dude. Fuck this goddamn place. I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't care what the lefties think. I don't care what the righties think. I will leave this motherfucker in a heartbeat if you give me one good fucking reason. I'm fucking done. I don't care anymore.
How much of that do you think is just like everybody's been given a platform as far as like the internet goes? Because I feel like one-on-one, when I meet people, they kind of tone it down.
Well, I believe in group mentality, and I think when you subscribe to a certain tribe, you feel this need. I call it the football teams. You're a football fan, dude. If you're an Eagles fan,
that's what it feels like when I'm behind like one of these fucking cars that are just
diehard.
plastered.
You're fucking
and
diehard.
dude, like here's the other thing. Like I'll be on like the only thing I'm on anymore is Instagram. Like, and that's just because there's so much special interest on there that I can just look at shit mindlessly. For 20 minutes, and I'm
on there mostly for like the advertisements for fans only. So like I just fucking rub one out. I don't want to pay for the girl. I just kind of want to see a little bit. But I also believe in like
fans only.
Yeah, exactly. FO.
I love that you call it fans only. It's like so dad. Like it's such like an old man thing. Like
because I'm such a dumbass.
What are you doing? You're looking at fans only? It's only fans, Dad. But but no, like there's somebody that I follow on there that she seems like a really cool person, really down to earth, really cool. She's into a lot of cool shit. And you know how you go through the stories at the top? Dude, no lie. Some people might put up 3 or 4 stories.
Yeah.
Even if you got like 12 little consecutive things, I might watch them,
Yeah.
I've done it with my artwork and shit like that, like put a little, But this girl, no lie, man. 60 fucking stories.
About what?
Political shit.
Yeah, I would delete her.
It's like, do I fucking just like stop? Like, do I unfollow? I've muted her so many times just because I don't want to fucking see it.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you doing anything else today? What else are you doing?
I don't want to do this no more, man.
No.
Even my little bullshit Yardbird performance with the cars and stuff.
I'm so disenchanted.
I don't even want to fucking post anymore.
Me neither. I just want to get up and go to work and fucking...
Dude, I want to go camping with my kids, man. I want to just fucking go sit in the woods and light a campfire. I'm trying to learn how to relax again.
Right.
And being worried about who the fucking president is or whatever jerk off. Is that a little spider?
Yeah.
Look at this little spider guy. Hey, bud. Here, let me get you out of here. Go ahead, go over there on the table. I don't give a fuck. Hang out with me, man. We're going to name him. That's Charlotte. But anyway, let me stay on topic here.
Yeah, I just want to like be grateful for what I got, earn what I have, and leave people alone. Like that's really what it should come down to. You can be you. You can feel however you want about whatever you want.
Yeah.
But unless you have the fucking power to change it, shut the fuck up.
Dude, I'm to the point with a part of me gets annoyed so bad. My mom and her leftist shit. Dude, I felt like calling her and saying, you're worse than a fucking Jehovah's Witness that just doesn't get it. Like, you won't leave me alone. I
that's the
don't
thing.
want to
Jehovah's
hear
Witness,
it.
They come to your fucking door. You go out there and you go, no, I'm not interested. And you close the door
And
in
they
their
walk
fucking
away.
face and they leave.
But you won't leave me alone. You
Yeah.
won't you think you're going to convince me that like, oh, you know, and dude, at this point, I think the gig's up because it's not you being a good person. It's you feeding your ego that you're a social justice warrior
Right.
and you think that you're going to fucking change the world. But dude, the world's already changed and you're not living in it.
Right.
You're not living in it. You're not walking around with your gay, black, fucking, I don't know, transgender, you know, mixed breed, fucking, you know, self-identifying as a cheetah. You know, like your friend, you're not just walking through the park with them. You have to parade them on social media
Right.
to show how fucking great you are.
How understanding you
You
are
know?
of everybody.
Dude, just go enjoy your life. Have
Right.
some fucking food with some people and just be happy.
I can't tell you how little I give a fuck what anybody is like.
So I've been thinking about the idea of an activist lately. I have the girl that I used to do the political podcast with self-identified as an activist, and I thought about that and I was like, so an activist is like politically driven. They're social justice warriors like times 5. You know, like they're like, oh no, we're gonna fucking make shit happen. Okay, that's cool. You're gonna go to protest. You're gonna fucking solicit politicians to try to get some shit changed. But what do you do after you succeed?
Right.
What
You
is an
find something else
activist
to get
after
ups-
you succeed?
Yeah.
Which is like, this is a common problem in a lot of things in life. Like me, when they trained me how to be a soldier, this is what you are. This is what you do. This is the job. The job is this. It's an ugly job, but this is what you're going to do. You better get comfortable with this idea that this is what the job is. But then when you get out of the military, you're like, what do I do now?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what to do. There's a void in your life. You go around looking for a fucking war. I did. I went around looking for fights. You know, I didn't become a tough guy until years after I left the military. And I'm not like the toughest guy in the neighborhood, but I don't fucking back down either.
It's
And
kind of like a lifestyle.
dude, it is a lifestyle.
I mean, there's guys that I've seen that are, you know, still in the service that, you know, they did like their active tour or whatever, but they're still in the service, like they're re-enlisted or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're, you know, when they're home, they're police officers.
They don't know
you
what else to do,
Yeah, that's
you know?
their lifestyle. That's their line of work.
I
is
think
being-
to some extent you become institutionalized, and this is why I identify a lot with people in prisons, because you get so used to being on guard
Yeah.
that you don't know how to be
Not,
any other
not
way.
on guard, right.
And I still, 20 plus years later, walk out my door, and it's kind of amped up since now that I have children. I'm a little more like, you know, don't fucking come near my car. Don't fucking, if you sideswipe my car, I'm going to fucking kill you. If you, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very defensive and very overprotective of my children. And it's, I don't think I can ever get out of that mindset.
Right.
But that comes back to the same thing with these people that feel like they're supposed to fix something. First of all, the idea of a white liberal, you know, fucking constantly beating on other white people about how evil they are is fucking ridiculous to me, because who the fuck are you? You're living off the same fucking what do they call that? I forget what that word is. White privilege. That's it. White privilege. Yeah. The same white privilege that I may or may not have. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely think with the police for a time there.
For
a time there, there was
people when they hear that term, they go, "Oh, I have to work for it." It's not about how hard you have to work or whatever you have or anything like that. It's about how comfortable can you be in the world. Without,
I do think,
you
know, up until very recently, and nobody wants to admit this. But dude, up until pretty recently, it was not socially acceptable, not legal, but just socially acceptable for certain things.
Yeah.
Dude, in the 90s, in this neighborhood, in Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, to see black families moving in, the neighbors would flip the fuck out. Not like out loud, just in their home, quietly, grumbling and fucking resentments
Yeah, they
created.
might not be outward, like racist in the world, but
there would be like
quietly they're like
passive
fuck,
aggressive, like
this is going to depreciate the value of my home.
Yeah,
shit like that. Yeah,
and that was a real thing up until recently,
right.
Fucking recently. I moved into this on this street, and I was concerned that my kids and my wife were gonna have to deal with some bullshit. I was pleasantly surprised that the neighbors were very open-minded, but I also think that it helps a lot that we're not like this flaming left-wing, like, super hanging gay flags and fucking,
even like the gay stuff, like the people's perception of that has changed greatly. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, when I was a kid, our idea of what a homosexual was like, there was a sexual predator in Philadelphia that people do know about. I'm not going to get into it right now. But that was our idea of what a gay guy was.
Sure.
Like, this guy in Rittenhouse Square who pays people to do fucking lascivious shit with them.
Sure.
Like, we didn't think of it as like, gay guys are just like...
normal dudes.
Normal fucking dudes that just, their sexual preference happens to be men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's such... People don't realize that, like... We've come a long way.
Sure.
There's a lot of progress in that. Like, your sexual preference or what you're into, like, even on a straight level, like being straight, if you're a straight man who happens to like overweight women, or you're but I'm just saying, like, like, you may have a certain preference to something. It's such a minor, minuscule part of the whole picture of who you are.
Sure.
Like, why does it matter? So, like, in the sense of, like, the sexual part of it, like, of being gay or whatever. Not to say that there isn't a whole parameter of other lifestyle choices.
Sure.
But that's such a small part of it.
Well, I think the hardest part about life and this transitional period that I think we're in a transitional period. Right? For a very long time in this country, we were more traditional and quasi-conservative in the way things ran, And I think what you're seeing is this last big push towards more progressive ideas and open-mindedness. And I will say that, dude, on the conservative side of things, I think it's mind-blowing when you meet stone-cold Republican Party members that are like, oh, yeah, did you hear about, what's her name, the black girl that's... She's like Trump's...
It's crazy. We have these... We don't even know who these people are. We
Dude,
just know who they are.
I forget her name, but she's a good-looking chick.
I know who you're talking about.
But,
the real cute Hispanic woman?
No.
She's not Hispanic?
She's not a Trumpie. She hates Trump.
No, she's a hardcore...
AOC.
Yeah, AOC. She's hot as hell.
Dude.
She's physically beautiful.
Listen, I don't like her politics at all.
No, I don't like her politics too much either.
But I would fucking watch her fans
cute.
only. I would watch her fans only.
She's very attractive.
I would pay the $20 for that fans only account.
Yeah, she's a very
I'm just saying,
woman.
I don't pay for nobody's fans only, but I would fucking jerk off to her.
Fans only.
But on the same token, there's a black chick that's on the Daily Wire. The fuck is her name? She's cute too, and it's funny to me because when you,
Shit.
You all right?
No, I get this call every day at the same time.
That's all right. So anyway, there's what I've noticed is more black conservatives popping up.
Well,
and instead of the black community, because it did for a long time, if you were a black conservative living in a black neighborhood, I noticed that you got your balls broken hard because it was this theory that the Democrats were taking care of the black community, which I think the black community is starting to realize that by giving welfare out like it's fucking nothing and just keeping the neighborhood poor is not fixing anything. No. So black conservatives are starting to realize, no, we need to rebuild our neighborhoods and start small businesses and revitalize the community, which is great. In my opinion, that's the right answer.
What it comes down to really is some people are smart enough to realize, like, there's something that we wanted.
Yeah.
We wanted you to fucking treat us with respect.
Sure.
And we wanted you to leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Really what it comes down to is, let me live my life, mind your own business, and that's it. But so
that girl that I know that's the activist, she at one point went down to Chester and was cleaning up trash, and she's like, do you think I'm wasting my time? And I said, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I don't understand. It's a shithole. I said, well, first of all,
It's not your shithole to clean up.
It's not your shithole to clean up. I said, and she was like, well, how would you fix the problem? I said, I would stay the fuck out of it and support a business in that neighborhood. That's
Right.
what I would do. If the food is good, fucking eat it and
Right.
pay and tip the girl behind the counter, because maybe people don't. I don't know. But to me, if you treat people good, they are inspired to keep going.
Here's
you
what
know?
I think. I think ultimately what it comes down to, good things come to those who work.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's really what it is. And it's like, I just think that for the most part, there
Even
are
the
people who
idea
have
of
the sense
work,
to
though.
say,
So even the idea.
I just wanted the same opportunities. That's
Yeah,
all I wanted.
that's it.
So like for the black conservative that people are like, well, why do you support that? Look, I just wanted the same fucking opportunities as everybody else.
That's it.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't care about all this other extra shit that we're,
I think it's crazy, and this is a real thing, dude. This is fucking nuts. Black conservatives are getting, dude, white crazy fucking liberals are saying ridiculous shit about black conservatives. Like, dude, openly racist, offensive
and that's
shit.
what perpetuates the racism.
And it's fucking insanity to me that you're telling me that you believe in being open-minded, but you're literally saying, oh, I would beat the shit out of that black bitch. And you're like, what? What
Yeah.
did you fucking say?
Right.
How fucking insane are you right now?
Yep. People are nuts right now, dude. They're really fucking nuts. And it's like, not for nothing. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm like a far right-leaning guy or a far
No.
left-leaning. I'm really not. I'm like dead set in the middle.
I think so.
But
I think so.
like, my idea is like, the liberals, the far left liberals, they're the war hawks now. They're they're the ones that are like, shit stirring all the time.
Dude, it's so bad, man.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I mean, like, the
Don't sit here and
conservatives
tell me
might
that
have an
you're
idea of
fucking-
what everything should be, but these guys on the left, these motherfuckers are starting some shit. Like, and maybe they think that's how shit gets done.
So this is what I've been telling people that are political, that the moment somebody wants to start talking to me about politics, and especially the upcoming election, I said, listen, this is the way I see it. As a guy that's in the middle that votes third party, I know that my candidate is not going to win. I'm fully aware of that, and I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to vote for him
Yeah.
because I believe in what we're doing. I believe that you need more options, and I do believe in what my party stands for. But that being said, this is what you're looking at. If Biden wins, they're going to continue to inflate the dollar bill and destroy the economy, and the demand is not going to keep up. It's going to take a very long time for the wages to bounce back. You increased the minimum wage and you inflated the dollar bill to help pay for that and catch up on all this stimulus money that you handed the fuck out like it was toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
So our wages aren't going to catch up.
No.
They're not. We just got pushed down closer towards low income. Meanwhile, the people that own everything are unbelievably wealthy. This is the only time that I agree a little bit with the crazy socialists. Yes, there is a huge wealth gap. I don't believe that your solution, though, that we should all be fair and equal and stealing money from the wealthy, I don't think you should do that at all. I think that you should create a fucking union. Like, if you are an Amazon worker, you need to create a union of your own, of your people, your
Right.
friends,
Because Amazon don't
and
want you to work
fight
for...
Amazon.
Yeah.
But thinking that the government should fix this for you
No, that's
is
not the way.
fucking absurd. It doesn't happen. It
You have
never
to have
happens.
the mentality that to a certain extent, I have to be an opportunist.
That's
I
it.
have to fucking exploit something here that is going to work in my favor. Like, if
Well, really, it comes down to you have to do extra work.
Yeah, that's
You
what
have
it
to
is.
do
You
extra
have to
work.
work. You have to do the work.
Yeah.
Like, for me right now, the only way I'm benefiting is by putting in extra time
That's
to
it.
work a little bit harder
Yeah.
and to work a little bit longer. And it works. And I've been doing that for, I don't know, however many years now.
Sure.
Where, okay, this is what time I have to be. This is my, like,
This is my-
I always have two things going on.
Sure.
Always.
Me too. Yeah.
That's just the way that I think is the only way for me to really succeed. Like, I could do just as well just doing my one job. I'll get by.
Sure. Sure.
But if I want more for myself, more for my kids, whatever, I have to do a little bit extra.
Dude, it
has to fall on me.
It's a simple equation.
It's
1 plus 1 is just 1 times 1 is 1.
Right.
But if you double down and you're like, okay, it's simple math to us. If I do 2 jobs now, obviously I'm going to make twice as much money.
Right.
It's simple fucking math. But the average person is, no, I should be able to just work at McDonald's flipping burgers and be able to buy a $500,000 fucking house and own a Lamborghini. Why? Why do you think that you deserve that? You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. I'm sorry. Right. That's the cruel truth here, is that why does the doctor get it? Well, the doctor went to 8 years of fucking school and he saves people's lives and he cuts people open and precision sews them back together. That's why a fucking doctor...
But there's also an element there that says that, like, I can't think because, my career is this.
Yeah.
And, I don't really necessarily have to do the shitty job to make my money. Doesn't mean that you can't dip your hands in the shitty shit to fucking make some money. Like, I got an office job where I sit at a desk. It's pretty fucking easy. I just have to use my mind to make sure that I'm not making mistakes and I have to be detail-oriented. That's my job night in and night out.
Yeah.
But if I got 4 hours free during the day, I'll go fucking do a fence job with my brother. I'll go do a tile job. I'll go fucking be a manual labor guy. I'll go drive my, my Jeep around and deliver freight and,
so I do
whatever it takes.
I do my job. I have a lot of free time. In the meantime, I fix people's cars. I buy crappy cars and fix them up and sell them.
Right.
I do welding jobs. I do any fucking
thing
I can.
You gotta be willing to dip your hands in something.
I feel bad because you keep calling me at at moments when I'm like usually like knee deep in something and I'm like, fuck, man, I would love to do a delivery, but I'm like, this is a bad moment for me, unfortunately, and it's tough, I
mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes I get a call and I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to do this right now.
Yeah.
But the first time you say no, you won't
be the first
person to get
problem.
called. Yeah,
that's the problem, and I know that. I know the rules.
Right.
John is only going to ask me for a finite amount of times, and then at some point he's going to go in your head subconsciously. You're going to be like, that motherfucker's never available, and you know what? You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I have high ambitions, but I don't have the time.
Right.
I don't have the time.
Yeah.
Not unless I devote the time for it.
Yeah.
And that's the issue.
And that's kind of what I do. It's like I say, okay, from this time to this time, I'm free every day.
Right.
Like the other day, I didn't think I was going to get a call, and then I got a call at like 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I got these 4 stops. I'm like, 4 stops? And I'm thinking to myself, like, there's no way I'll get this done before the time I have to be at my regular job.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And they were like, just come in here. And then I come in and, it turned into 2 stops. And I could do 2 stops, but I was there. I made myself available,
Nice.
So it does work out.
Well, I think, on topic with everything we're talking about, which is like the taboo politics and
it's like this is the kind of stuff that I worry about talking on our show because it's
we shouldn't worry about nothing because at this point,
but at the same time it's like my fear is always that like people are going to turn this on, hear political stuff, and because they're so strong one way or so strong another way, or they don't agree with something that you said, or they wanted you to say something that they want you to like
but
sympathize.
You know what's the beautiful
causes
thing?
Stress. Like they don't want to hear something that's going to stress them out.
Dude, I'm to the point now. Well, I think the fact that we're unbiased, first of all, is like the safe zone for both sides.
I think it's
I know
just
that
common sense.
Well, it's common sense to me and you, but to everybody else, anytime I mention to anybody on far left or far right, they instantly my political views. I get so annoyed when somebody says to me, "Yeah, that sounds great and all that, and I really agree with like everything that you're saying right now, but they're not going to win, so it's not even worth trying." And you're like, "Dude, imagine if we thought like this." During any revolution or any, like when we formed this nation, like any time that there was like an important thing to figure out, imagine if we just were like, nah, fuck it, somebody else will take care of that. Let me go with the lesser of two evils. Trump's going to fix everything. He's going to fix the economy, and fuck them liberals,
If you think in November the person that you vote for is somehow going to fix something for you, then you deserve whatever's coming to you.
That's it.
If you don't want to fix it yourself,
then
you're part of the problem.
So that's the
No matter who's the president in November,
that's it.
I'm going to wake up that day and I'm going to sling dick with both hands and I'm going to take care of myself. That's all that's going to happen.
So the true capitalist, I've listened to some books and some podcasts from other people that are money minded, investing and stuff like that, and how to create wealth. The true capitalist has no political agenda and just reads the political climate and invests accordingly.
Right.
That's what the guys have said, If it's politically this way, then invest in things that that party is going to,
Yeah, well, they're going to...
If the Democrats are in there and they're pushing Greenpeace, buy some fucking Tesla stock, buy some fucking wind farms, When the Republicans are in, buy some oil stocks, Like, we know that this is a common thing. Buy some gun stocks, buy fucking, whatever. The gun stocks are a little different because every time the Democrats mention banning a rifle, the gun stocks shoot through the fucking roof. Yeah. So, like, that's really... You kind of have to watch that for, like, these little...
the subliminal shit.
Well, they call it, like, a bull and a bear, So, like that's a bull moment. If, like, you saw a gun shooting, dude... it sounds so fucked up.
But invest in... Yeah.
Buy some fucking Smith & Wesson or whatever, some fucking ammunition stocks, and guaranteed you'll make some money that day,
Wow.
But, anyway, that's some horrible fucking investment strategies on how to get rich by children dying,
Yeah, it's terrible.
Jesus
But,
Christ.
like, it sounds terrible, and you want to, like, not lean towards fucking saying that thing because it doesn't line up with your ideals.
Sure.
It's not a reflection of you.
Well, that's the part
person.
that people don't understand that.
Yeah,
though.
it's
if
a reflection
that,
of the fucking world, dude.
Dude, if you try to explain to somebody, so listen to this. This is a thing. So I've been thinking for a long time now. Why are school shootings happening? You got your crazy conspiracy people that are like, well, I think that it's the FBI and the CIA and they're fucking, making this happen and that's the crazy conspiracy people. And then on the other side, you have, the parents aren't fucking taking care of the kid and they're not teaching the kid and rah, rah. And I think it's a simple thing. The moment we started instilling anti-bullying principles in schools, and the moment we started telling children you're not allowed to punch each other, is the moment this all kind of became a thing, is because if you have a child that bottles up their anger and they can't release it, they can't go beat the shit out of the other kid because the other kid is torturing them, fucking torturing them.
And
This is just now. Listen, anybody listening to me, this is just my theory.
And the bullying doesn't really end in the 6-hour school
Dude,
day. Now with
bullying-
social media and shit like that.
Well, I don't think it did even when we were kids.
You don't think so?
Nope.
You don't think there was any like?
Dude, let me tell you this: when we were kids, before the internet. When I was at school and I got fucked with, and I mean elementary school, like as a little kid, when I got fucked with all day, every day, when I left, my parents told me to get out of the house and go play.
Right.
In my neighborhood where all the other fucking kids are. So then it's like,
outside.
What do I do? Hide in my yard and be like,
that's
leave
when
me
you
alone?
pop the motherfucker in the mouth.
Well,
you pop him in the mouth. And,
eventually, it turns into like, I'm going to have to punch this guy. And you're scared because you're a kid and you're thinking, what's going to happen? If I punch him, is he going to punch me back? Am I going to get hurt? And you don't know. That's the learning lesson that you need to learn. You need to learn as a person, as a young person. Listen,
sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
You need to learn that, but you also need to learn that punching somebody is a momentary hurt.
Yeah.
You might bleed. There is something that I know.
You're going to recover from it.
So when I talk to a young guy, if I meet a young guy and he's like full of piss and vinegar and he wants to pretend like he's a tough guy and he's like, oh, look at you, rah, rah, I can beat your ass. The first thing that I usually try to explain to a young person, I don't care how big you are, you might make me bleed. But I'm going to continue to fuck you up as I'm bleeding. I'm not done. I'm not even close to done. I'm going to make you bleed a lot. I'm used to bleeding. I've bled a lot in my life. I've had broken ribs. I've had my nose broken 4 times. I've broken my arm, my leg, my hands. I've broken a lot of things. I know what it feels like. I will continue to fucking hurt you until you stop or you bleed so much that it scares the shit out of you, which normally happens. Like, anytime I've gotten into a fight, the moment the other person bleeds, they're scared to death. That's a lot of blood. Oh, my God. No, it's not. It really isn't. But you've never seen your own blood before, and you've never felt your nose fucking mangled in so that you're scared. You're fucking scared right now. You realized, oh, this other person can hurt me pretty bad. It happened like...
I think when somebody realizes they can push you around, they push you around until they can't push you around.
And that's it.
That's
and
really
so,
all it is.
So,
when you exhibit that, like, listen, you can't push me around because there will be a consequence to it.
Yeah.
It usually stops.
So, and it's funny to me because especially in today's climate, the reason the gun thing is an issue is because right now everybody is hyper like focused in the opposite directions. Far left is like, get rid of all the fucking guns. And far right is like, I should be able to carry a gun in the church and hospitals and schools, and there should be teachers with guns pointed directly at the children. In case they even twitch, I can fucking shoot one of them. And you're like, dude, where is the middle ground here? I will tell anybody listening to this podcast that I own my own firearms legally. I have legal firearms that I own, but I never carry them.
Right.
I don't need to. I'm not afraid. I don't walk out my door scared to death thinking I'm going to get shot. And I have relatives and friends that do carry everywhere they go. And I break their balls constantly. Because in my opinion, if somebody walked up into a Wawa and decide they're going to rob this fucking Wawa, I always ask them, do you think that you're faster than the guy that's already holding a gun in his hand with his finger on the trigger, and he might have a bullet in the chamber ready to rock and roll? Are you Wyatt Earp? Do you think you're faster than that guy?
Right.
Because if you're not faster, then your gun is a waste of fucking space. You're better off just handing that guy your debit card the moment he leaves Wawa, call your bank and tell him to fucking turn the card off.
Yeah.
That's it. How much cash do you actually carry in your pocket?
I carry zero.
$100, if that?
I carry none.
I carry a little cash sometimes, but like not enough that I would get upset that somebody robbed me. If somebody ran up on me right now and was like, give me all your fucking money. Here you go. Here's $32.
Yeah.
I was going to buy a breakfast sandwich, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know? I don't care.
Right.
Take the $32. You're a piece of shit. I hope you get hit by a car trying to run away from me. You know?
Listen, it all comes around. However you conduct yourself, it comes around.
But that's the other thing is I don't get robbed because I guess I exude a bit of confidence. I walk through nasty neighborhoods and up in New York City, and I walk through Philadelphia, and I inspect cranes in Kensington and fucking North Philly. And people ask me for money, or they ask me, hey, whatever. Like, people walk by and talk to me. Mm-hmm. I'm not rude to nobody. You know what the other thing is I just don't disrespect nobody.
Nah, me neither.
I don't give a fuck what you look like.
Yeah.
I say yes, sir, no, sir. I say hello. That's it, man. I'm just polite.
Right.
Hey, man, I hope you're all right. I hope everything's okay. And
I mean,
like,
if you're going to see most people that you see in your life for about a fleeting couple moments, what's the point in treating them like shit?
Dude, I think it's such a crazy... you got gun-toting, crazy young guys that are far right, and they want to all drive around with this puffed-out chest and pretend like they're tough guys, and it's like...
It's a tell that
dude,
you're not.
You're a pussy. Yeah. You're a fucking pussy. I love telling them they're pussies. Oh, what are you talking about? Dude, I will pistol whip you with your own fucking gun if you keep this up, you know? Oh, no you won't. I'm like... and I just laugh in their face. Dude, you know what I did like we did on that other episode, the offensive episode where I called the Klan gay?
Yeah.
I do it to these fucking young guys too. I'm like, dude, you're fucking gay. People that own guns are gay. And oh, what do you mean by that? I'm like, because you're fucking gay. Why do you have a gun on you? What do you do? Oh, I'm a tough guy. Look at me. You're going to go suck a guy's dick around the corner is what you're going to do. You're fucking gay. And, that's not a shot at the gay community.
No.
That's just, to me, I think it's, you got to break down somebody's barrier in some kind of way, But on the same token, in the gay community, like some fucking diehard lefty, white liberal that's telling me about how racist everybody is, well, you're fucking another white person, so you're racist.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's like
You're a gay racist.
I think anybody that like perpetuates shit with dialogue is part of the problem. You know,
They
Like,
all,
unless
everybody.
you're out there helping somebody, shut the fuck up.
So that's the ultimate test of like how good of a human are you?
Right.
Can you look at somebody
Can you
with the
constructively
opposite?
help somebody?
Well, can you constructively and without any reprisal, like without any social
Without any kind of recognition for it.
no recognition. Can you do this without recording it and posting it on fucking Instagram? Can you
Right.
simply go give a homeless guy a bag of chips and a fucking soda and say, hey man, it's pretty cold out here, take my hat?
Right.
Can you do that? Because if you can do that, then you're probably just a normal, decent human.
Yeah.
But if you're a
If
cunt,
you got to sound off
you know?
about it, not even like I'm not even saying the recognition part, but if all you're doing is pointing out what you think is wrong with somebody else,
yeah.
what are you accomplishing?
Yep.
You going to make me go home and think about it?
I'm just saying it's not very Christian of you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh, this was a fun episode.
I know, man. People are going to be like, these fucking guys.
Dude, there's only like 4 people. Look, here's my mom right now sending me more bullshit. Mom, if you're listening, I love you, but you better fucking stop. I think it's a batch thing. I think she literally sends it to every person in her feed.
Yeah. I get that sometimes too. And I'm like, why am I getting this?
Dude, I don't want to hear about Occupy Democracy or some other stupid bullshit Instagram fucking page and their theory on abortion or whatever. And it's like, I don't fucking care.
I don't care about conspiracies. None of that shit.
It's not a it's not a
I'm not,
conspiracy.
but I'm saying
it's
like
a-
anything in particular. I don't care. I just like, look, I got to fucking, I'm on a mission on my own. every
Dude,
day.
I'm burnt out, man.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out on.
So am I.
I'm like, dude, I believe in what I believe in, and I'm gonna
And
continue.
that's, yeah, you're not going to change my mind.
So it's funny to me because the other day, a member of my party in the local Delaware County Libertarian Party calls up, and this is how libertarians kind of know. Like the theory of being a libertarian is you just don't fuck with other people and you don't push your agenda. And so the guy calls me up and he's like, hey man, I'm really sorry to bother you. You know, we're having some things going on. We're having some meetings once a month. We'd love for you to come out and meet up with us. We'd never really met you in real life. And they're like, I also hate to mention that your dues are past due. And he's like, so the guy comically says, I mean, I know, man, you're probably just being like a normal libertarian and just keeping to yourself. Because that's what we do.
Right.
Dude, I just want to live in my house and be left the fuck alone. I don't want you calling me and bothering me. And that's why the guy, I think he felt guilty because he knows that, like, you're kind of stepping on the rules of what we are. Like, we don't really impose our thoughts and ideas on other people.
Right.
Which I know it probably sounds like I do because I talk about it on this show a lot. But, hey, man, you tuned into my fucking show, and I'm going to sit here and talk about what I fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Fuck them, you know? But anyway, this was our political podcast episode today where we basically agreed that everybody are cunts, you know? Everybody are cunts. There's even libertarian cunts out there. I do believe that.
Oh, sure,
you know?
there's yeah.
You know, I'm certain of it. I think the libertarian community would commend me on admitting that we have cunts within our community, you know? We do. It's I think that's a mark of being an American is knowing that, like, within your tribe, we got a couple bad fucking apples. We got some pieces of shit too.
I watched that shit the other night and was just like, oh man.
What's that?
The fucking State of the Union.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck.
I don't
man.
watch none of it.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I did, but I did. I think I was like waiting to see, like, I'm almost like, I'm watching just for the spectacle to see like what Biden flubs and shit like that. But it's like,
I think a lot of people watch.
yeah,
for
I
that.
think that's what a lot of it is. And then, man, but the fucking Republican response at the end, this woman was so fucking melodramatic and like it was like
But
a
that's how they-
wrestling promo. It was like wrestling.
Yeah, well, that's how they rope you in. That's how the Republicans get you.
You got to
wound
be a
up.
real fucking idiot to get roped in by something like that.
There's a lot of fucking idiots out there.
I know.
dude.
I know, dude. And that's the other thing is like I don't realize how fucking stupid people are until I find myself like walking around a crowded place and being like, man, there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out here.
Dude, it's
Not that I'm the fucking smartest guy in the world. I'm not. But there's a lot of fucking stupid shit out
I
there.
think in order to be self-aware,
Yeah.
you have to acknowledge that you're not the smartest person in the room.
Right.
I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room, but I definitely don't want to be the guy that thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, because that's a dangerous fucking human.
Yeah.
That, to me, is the guys that run both of those parties. Two dumb motherfuckers that think
That's
they
just
know
crazy to me
something.
that those are our only options.
Well, and I'm not talking about the presidential candidates. I'm
Yeah.
just talking about all of the politicians in both of those camps. You know, they both are fucking morons, all of them. And they're like, no, I got the answer. This is going to solve all the fucking problems. Meanwhile, we're going to totally disregard this fucking elephant in the room right here, that this is the real problem.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, what do you see right off the bat? Listen. Let's play like totally like, okay, so Democrats, you're not good with economics. You are not good. Can you acknowledge
That's why
that
we
you're
have multiple
not?
parties.
Well, if in a perfect system, the way I see it, the Democrats would acknowledge, hey, we believe in social equality, which I think is like, all right, I'm down with that. I like this. And then on the Republican side, you're not down with social equality, but you're pretty good at economics. So maybe you can shut the fuck up
And make
about
a
your
compromise
social
in the middle.
opinion and just keep the economy going.
Right.
If we could have a Democrat and a Republican in office at the same fucking time, and you guys can find a way to fucking work through your problems and agree that, like, as a group, we need to make sure all of the citizens of all colors and ethnicities and sexual preferences and religious backgrounds can all succeed in the same direction at their heart's desire.
It's at this point.
That
it's
wouldn't
like
that be a fucking win? You
even
know?
the hard-working people that have it are
Yeah.
afraid to spend it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's not good.
Dude, it's
That's
right,
not good for the economy.
right now we're in a big tightening of the belt.
Yeah.
I
Don't spend
sell used car parts and cars and stuff, and dude, nobody's buying shit.
it. Nope. You're afraid to.
You know?
You're afraid to part with anything.
Dude, it's
I'm just gonna keep my savings where I'm keeping it.
well, it's
Don't
funny.
touch it.
It's funny because everybody wants to part with their material possessions. Like
Right.
Facebook Marketplace is exploding with everybody's toys.
Yeah.
If you wanted to buy a 1970 Chevelle with a big block in it, now is the motherfucking time if
Right.
you can afford it.
Yep.
Because, dude, there is fucking 8 of them right now available for sale, and you can just pick and choose, and you can bid it down because everybody's like, fuck this, I need some cash in the bank.
Yep.
This is a great time to buy. It's a buyer's market. It's a horrible time to sell some shit.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. I'm one of the guys trying to sell, you know? Luckily enough, you know, I don't have like a great deal of wealth tied up into the shit that I own. But, I don't know, man. That's my little theory on things, is that, like, if Trump wins, I am legitimately concerned that the crazies are going to try to kill him.
Yeah.
And that will start a fucking civil war. I really sincerely believe that that is a thing that will occur if Trump wins. And I
It's
will
not
also...
I don't think it's if Trump wins. I think Trump
Well,
wins.
so that was going to be the next thing that I say is I am like 80% sure that Trump is going to win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking pretty certain. But I also think that the crazies on the far left side, like you said, they're warmongers at this point. They really legitimately are. And if they can justify in their head, well, we need to support the fucking Palestinians, and we need to support Ukraine, and we need to fucking... Now you have this in your brain that war is okay. And if war is okay, so is assassination, and so is doing other political coups and crazy shit. And there's also the resentment for January 6th. Oh, Trump started that. Trump did. Whether he did or he didn't, it could be the catalyst that creates a fucking huge problem.
Yeah.
You know? I'm concerned. I'm legitimately concerned. I'm not stockpiling guns and bullets. I'm, like, preparing an exit strategy. Like, I'm going to fucking jump on a sailboat and Me and my family will skirt our way up through Iceland and then over to fucking Europe, and we're fucking out of here. I don't want to be a part of this shit. You know?
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm gone. Sorry, John. Podcast is yours now, bud. You can have everything in this fucking house. We're out of here. Good luck.
Shit, man.
Yeah. At that point, Mexico's going to be like, dude, we're building a wall. Fuck you guys. You're not coming back.
Dude, the shit with the immigration's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, they're talking about, somebody was saying, like, people are fucking saying that you might have to fucking house some people. Like, nobody's coming to fucking live in my house. Fuck that.
No, not doing it.
No,
yeah.
no.
And that's why Trump's going to win.
Yeah.
Because it is getting so ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like, this is so wacky that, like, we need a different option. If Trump says, I wouldn't allow that to happen, people are going to believe that.
Yeah.
And they're going to go, well, that's who needs to be here, because he wouldn't allow something like that.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
the
when
worst
people
part
used to say, you know, I can't believe I actually think I miss George Bush.
Yeah.
That's how people are going to feel about Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people do feel like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, dude, it was a real conversation. I was talking to a black gentleman in Chester, and he was like a lifelong Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude was like, these
Biden
motherfuckers,
fucking blows.
Dude, he was like, these motherfuckers are raping us. They're
Yep.
destroying the country. I want Trump back. The dude flat out was like, fuck this. If that's our two choices, I'm going Trump.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was just
dude,
like,
Trump's
whoa.
winning. You say 80%. I'm saying...
No, that's...
But I'm saying that's what you thought the odds were that he was winning. I'm
No,
saying
I'm saying
95%.
In my opinion, I think that's the likelihood of my perspective of the way the political climate's going right now.
Yeah.
You know? Because you
didn't need the melodramatic response to the fucking State of the Union address. You didn't need it.
Dude, this is how bad it is, and Trump knows it, is he didn't even show up to any debates because he knew, fuck you, I'm not even going to open my mouth.
Right.
I won already.
Yeah.
That's that dude. The dude.
Dude,
knows.
I'm being indicted left and right. I could be the president. That's how bad shit is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, nobody's even calling the content of my character into question anymore.
Dude, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Which also is scary because that means people are putting him similarly to Hitler. This is a similarity in the sense that he is on such a pedestal that people...
He's so polarizing.
Well, people are willing to give up an enormous amount of... Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, yeah. People are going to compromise their integrity just to fucking...
Well, no. What I'm saying is like... Dude, I've met stone cold Trumpies that were like, dude, if he became like the chancellor and we abolished Congress, like they're on board with that. They're like, no, yeah, I would do that. And you're like, whoa.
This is like not.
I'm not agreeing.
He's
with
not
that.
a smart guy. He's not a smart guy.
We don't need a fucking king or an emperor. We need somebody that's just going to keep the peace. That's all the president was supposed to be doing, you know? But you're not seeing that. You're not fucking, you know, I don't know. Hopefully, when he wins, he'll hire some guys that help him calm the fuck down and attempt. The problem is the far left don't want to hear anything he has to say. It doesn't matter if he says, I think gay people are fucking great and I love them and I want more of them. If he hired a gay guy to be the vice fucking president, they would still somehow...
If he put out a gay stimulus, they wouldn't give a fuck.
They would still hate
This is
his
a gay
fucking
stimulus
guts.
just for the gays.
Just the gays get this. They would hate his fucking guts still. Fuck you. They would light his money on fire. I
don't
fucking
want
hate
your
you.
money.
They would burn the money with the flag at the same fucking time, you know? So, meanwhile, I'm going to be here in this basement. You know, I'm going to be like, hey, John, come on over. Let's talk about some food in Delco.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think ultimately, man, I just think every day, like, I'm grateful for the things I do have.
Yeah, well...
You know?
I think at the end of the day, that's the way you're supposed to look at it. It was so refreshing for me to go back to another country and see that people around the world are still just focused on enjoying their life and spending time with their loved ones, which is what we're losing. We're losing that. We're workaholics and we're ambitious. but we're forgetting. I felt like I was forgetting to go spend time with my kids. I felt like that. We went on vacation a few years ago, and I lost my fucking mind because I was trying to...
so locked into being...
I was trying to
out.
control everything,
Yeah.
and I was like so angry, and I was getting resentful towards everybody that was on vacation with us, and everybody's looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I can't relax. I don't know how to relax, you know? And so now I'm trying to do more of that, you know? Maybe the end all result is to really become like more bohemian and like be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to sit on a beach and just...
Maybe you just need your salad tossed. Yeah?
Johnny boy, thanks for taking it off the fucking rails again, bud.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if AOC had a fans only, I would fucking jizz on my phone looking at that shit, dude. And then Candace Owens, that's her name. Candace Owens is the black chick from the Daily Wire. She's very pro-Trump, cute little black chick. She comes on a little hard with the Christian bullshit, so I don't really... Sometimes I'm like, meh.
That's where they lose me a lot of the time.
Dude, always.
It's always with the religious shit. Like, this is, you know, you got to keep it separate.
So that's the problem I have with Republicans, because I've had people say to me, dude, you're a smart fucking guy, and you lean more conservative. How come you don't just join
because of the
Republican Party and get
the
involved?
Christian ideals that come
Dude, I'm
into
not a
it.
Christian. I don't give a fuck. What,
It's not that I'm not a Christian, but I'm not like it has nothing to do with my politics.
Yeah,
You
well,
know what I
that's
mean? Like
true,
whatever
too.
my beliefs are, it has nothing to do with how I feel
Listen,
about the structure of things.
The beauty of the Libertarian Party, and I do have friends that are Muslims that just, we're capitalist, we believe in leaving each other the fuck alone, and we believe in gun rights, and we believe in equality for all. It's
Believe in
fucking
freedom.
It's fucking easy.
Yeah.
This is such an easy thing to believe in and like, you know? But then the problem is both sides have us addicted to control. So the lefties think that you need more control here, and the right wing is like, no, you need more control here. So we're at this pivotal phase where, like, we think more laws is going to fix things.
Yeah.
Like the war on drugs, or the war on terror, or the war on... Like, every war we have, like this hypothetical fucking weird wars that we do, none of it's fixing anything. Dude, you're not doing anything. You created revenue. Now you have a reason for the FBI and the CIA to go fucking investigate themselves.
Yeah.
Or pretend like they're investigating somebody in South America or something. Whatever the fuck they're claiming to do, you know? I know, I sound like a crazy guy right now.
No, and you know, the shit that people will sit there and they do, like, get interested in, like, delving into, it's like, what is it? Like, we're still talking about fucking Dude's Island. Like, dude's dead.
Yeah,
Like, island's done.
Well, there is some
Yeah.
hard feelings about that.
Of course there is.
And I
of course,
think,
but it's not.
What does bother me is the fact that it always amazes me how openly the government can say, nope, fuck you. We're not going to publicize that. Dude, that girl, the
I don't even know how to say her name.
Jizzstain,
Yeah.
Jizzstain, that girl Jizzstain has a list
Yeah.
of people that came to the island. And
But I mean, like, some of the people that went there just went there for, like...
I
mean, like,
agree.
I think,
And
like,
but
Leonardo DiCaprio's on the list. I don't think he did anything wrong.
maybe not. He does date
Exactly.
young chicks. I mean, you
Stephen
never know.
Hawking's on the list.
So the problem is you're not exploring it, and you're not even investigating it. You're
Right.
literally just going, "Yep, that
You're
was
making
all a bunch of people."
assumptions, right.
That was a bunch of people that were on this fucking island,
Stephen Hawking was
and
there.
some of them,
Suck my dick, bitch.
and some of them maybe are fucked up,
Right.
You know, but you're not even looking into it, and that's
No.
the part where I think the general public gets so appalled, is that the government, when it's in their best interest,
To do something they don't.
they fucking totally are just like, nope, not looking into that person. We like that guy, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a shame, but I also think that it can ruin the careers of good people that just maybe they showed up at the island because
They're just in the
like,
wrong place at the wrong time kind of thing.
I think that's possible.
I think there's a lot
you know?
of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know? Which is
But
What-
then again, it's just what I think. It's not what
Yeah.
I know. What
Well-
I do know is, like, there's some real shit that's glaringly fucked up that
Yeah,
nobody's
yeah.
paying attention to.
sure.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. We've been at it a long time. I think we've Probably pissed enough people off on their way to work.
If you're listening to us and you're a far lefty, just know that I think you should go fuck yourself. But
if you're a far righty,
I also believe in equality. So if you're a fucking diehard Trumpy and you got guns and bullets and a big lifted pickup truck and an American flag flying out the back of it.
If you have a Let's Go Brandon sticker,
if you have a Let's Go
douchebag,
I just want you to know
you're corny
that
as hell.
I think you secretly suck dicks. Maybe not so secretly. Maybe you guys do it to each other. You get together in your little rallies. Maybe you're at a Klan meeting and you're just like, hey, lift up that robe, Jim. I'm going to suck your dick.
This guy now. They're getting more calls. This one I actually have to answer.
All right, we're out of here.
All right. What? Thanks for listening to Renaissance Man-Child. Renaissance Man-Child is a Yardbird Tuna production. If you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, and share. Any ideas or suggestions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram.
Oh, shit!
You talk good.